Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shah. The much-awaited results are just few hours from now, and these are nervous times for all political parties and alliances who are deeply invested in the results of the assembly elections in Maharashtra as well as Jharkhand. Now, ahead of the results on Saturday, Ramesh Chennitala and Nana Patole of the Congress, they held meetings with leaders and candidates. Devendra Fadnavis and Bhupendra Yadav, they held meetings with BJP leaders at former residence. Meanwhile, Uddhav Thackeray, he also held a meeting with a few Sena functionaries. Eknath Shinde, the current chief minister, he also held meetings with Sena spokesperson a little later. Meanwhile, my colleague Marish Akil spoke to Rahul Narvekar, who exuded faith and stated that Mahayuti government will retain power with over 175 seats.
Mr. Narvekar, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. Only 12 hours to go. How difficult is it for candidates and parties, particularly when they are waiting for the counting to begin?
Well, it is exciting and unnerving both. So I think you should try and remain as relaxed as you can, because now that everything is sealed in the ballot box or perhaps the ballot machine, there's very little that you can do. So just hope for the best.
Absolutely. What is the point of getting anxious right now, because it's only a matter of counting? I mean, the polling and the entire strategy seems to be over. Right now, everybody is referring and going back and forth, I would say, on exit polls. The exit polls, some of them have projected victory for Mahayuti. A couple of them say that it could be a hung house. As someone who was campaigning and also contesting, what's your own assessment?
Well, the exit polls largely are indicating a victory for the Mahayuti. Of course, a very close shave. But I'm quite optimistic and sure that the Mahayuti will get at least 175 seats.
Okay, 175 if you're saying so, that would be a pro-incumbent mandate and a rather emphatic one.
I don't really see an anti-incumbency in Maharashtra. The Ladki Bahin Yojana has been very successful. The number of infrastructure projects that this government has taken up and successfully completed is remarkable. And therefore, the people of Maharashtra are happy with this government. And I'm quite sure that they will vote in this government for the second term.
Then do you think that it's the Ladki Bahin which holds the key here? And that could have been the reason for this increase in women voters?
Well, it is not just the Ladki Bahin, but this government has done something or the other for every section of the society. They've helped the downtrodden. They've helped the women population in the state by trying to make them self-reliant, by giving them disposable income. They have worked for the infrastructure development. Industry is at an all-time high in Maharashtra. We are still the most industrialized and the best destination for foreign investments in the country. We attract the maximum foreign investments in the country today.
BJP General Secretary Vinod Tav on Friday sent a defamation notice to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi and party spokesperson Supriya Shrinate. This legal action comes in response to what Mr. Tav describes as a campaign of misinformation aimed at damaging his reputation and that of the BJP. Tavre's notice followed a recent allegation concerning the Nala Supara case, where Congress leaders claimed he was involved in distributing cash to voters. He insisted that the claims surrounding an alleged ₹5 crore found with him were unfounded.
Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge ji, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi ji and Congress spokesperson Supriya ji said that Vinod Tav was caught red-handed with 5 crores distributing to voters. These all dramatic statements. Just they want to defame me and my party. I've been heard. I come from a regular middle-class family. For last 40 years, I'm working in politics, but I have not done such type of any work. I have issued a court notice to them that you should apologize publicly or face the action.
विनोद तावड़े को माफी मांगना चाहिए। महाराष्ट्र में विनोद तावड़े ने जो पैसे का खेला खेला और सत्ता के भरोसे उनके ऊपर 3 एफआईआर हुआ। सत्ता ओपन था कि वो लड्डू बांट रहे थे, खुलेआम लड्डू बांट रहे थे होटल में जाकर। प्रचार की ओपन प्रचार बंद होने के बाद में कोई नेता दूसरे कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में जा नहीं सकता। उस पीरियड में वो गए और वहां पे उन्होंने जो खेला खेला उससे महाराष्ट्र की बदनामी हुई। धर्म के भरोसे वोट नहीं मिलने वाले थे तो इन्होंने पैसों के भरोसे वोट खरीदने की कोशिश की। तो महाराष्ट्र की माफी अगर मांगना है तो विनोद तावड़े ने मांगना चाहिए।
The Supreme Court of India has decided to maintain the stringent GRAP 4 restrictions in Delhi and the National Capital Region for at least the next 3 days in response to the ongoing air pollution crisis. The court has mandated strict monitoring of all entry points into Delhi to control vehicle entry and has also appointed 13 advocates in order to oversee the implementation of these measures. Madhya Pradesh has recently earned an unenviable distinction. It tops the nation in stubble burning incidents. This worrying trend is a growing concern for air quality and environmental health. Yet, in the heart of the state, tribal farmers are showcasing sustainable practices that could hold the key to solving this crisis. Madhya Pradesh has overtaken Punjab in stubble burning incidents, recording more than 11,000 cases this year, driven by a significant increase in paddy cultivation.
The lush greenery of Madhya Pradesh fields before harvest gives way to hazy, polluted skies as stubble is set ablaze post-harvest. Madhya Pradesh has surpassed states like Punjab and Haryana in stubble burning cases. We are near Narmadapuram and my camera person will show you how the farmers are burning stubble in this area. And as the winter approaches, stubble burning in Madhya Pradesh is also becoming a pressing issue with cases rising sharply this year. Farmers in Narmadapuram like Rajesh Kajle explain their predicament.
हार्वेस्टर वालों को नीचे से काटने का बोलते हैं, जैसा ये नीचे से कटता ना, हाँ, इसको जलाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। बोलो कि अब ये इतना ऊपर से काट दिए, हाँ, तो ये जब शेड्यूल चलेगी तो फंसेगी। डंठल होना ना जमीन में रहता तो ये खाद बन जाता, अब जैसे ये जल गया, हाँ, तो ये मतलब कोई मतलब का नहीं है। बहुत तो क्या मजबूरी में जला देते हैं।
Madhya Pradesh has recorded 11,382 cases of stubble burning this year, the highest in the country, surpassing Punjab's 9,655 cases. This alarming rise is closely tied to the state's increase in paddy cultivation, which has doubled over the last decade. In 2012, soybean dominated with 58 lakh hectares under cultivation, but this has dropped to 52 lakh hectares in 2024, while paddy cultivation has surged from 16.5 lakh hectares to 33.50 lakh hectares in the same period. The worst affected districts are Shopur with 2,424 cases and Narmadapuram 1,462 cases, where the practice is most prevalent. However, tribal-dominated districts like Balaghat have emerged as outliers, reporting only 6 cases of stubble burning. These areas have maintained traditional farming methods, repurposing stubble as cattle fodder and organic manure, which minimizes waste and environmental harm. In Malharpankha village of Betul district, Jyoti Ahake continues to practice traditional farming methods.
वही ढोर बच्चे क्या खाएंगे, फिर जला देंगे, तो ऐसे भी चारा की कमी है। हाँ, ऐसी बात है। प्रदूषण फैलता है, गेहूँ, मक्का, हाँ, अभी तो गेहूँ बटना, चने, अभी 4-5 एकड़ में है, ज्यादा जमीन नहीं है हमारे पास।
Similarly, in Rajna village of Pandhurna, Kailash Paradkar explains that stubble is essential for feeding his livestock.
चारा कम पड़ता है हम लोगों को, इसलिए हम लोग जलाते नहीं है। पराली तो नहीं जलाना चाहिए वैसे, क्योंकि पर्यावरण को नुकसान होता है। जैसे अपन अभी दिल्ली में देख रहे हैं कि बहुत ज़्यादा कोहरा छा जाता है और सामने का दिखाई तक नहीं पड़ता है,
बिल्कुल
है ना। तो ये जितना भी अपना चारा जो निकलता है, पराली निकलती है, इनको जानवरों को खिलाना चाहिए।
In Hatnapur, Kumarlal, a small farmer with 3 acres of land, echoes the same sentiment. He uses stubble as fodder and has never witnessed stubble burning in his area.
नहीं जलाते, जानवर को चराते हैं ना, जानवर को दे देते हैं। हाँ निकलता है ना भाई, जिसके पास अच्छी जमीन है वो धान की, तो बहुत चारा निकलता है।
The practice of stubble burning, common after the Kharif harvest, help farmers save time and labor before planting rabi crops like wheat and mustard. However, the environmental damage and loss of soil nutrients it causes have prompted the government to take action.
पराली को इकट्ठा करके इस तरीके से इस काम में लें और वो सीएनजी प्लांट के लिए भी दे सकते हैं, क्योंकि पराली जलाने से प्रदूषण भी वातावरण होता है और कई तरह की नुकसान उसमें कीट पतंगों का भी जाने जाती हैं जो है, तो पराली ना जलाएं जो है।
The approach of tribal farmers using stubble as fodder, compost and even building material offers a sustainable alternative. Instead of setting fields ablaze, farmers in these areas are utilizing stubble in various sustainable ways. The crop residue is repurposed as animal fodder, compost for manure, material for constructing earthen walls and a natural soil enhancer to boost fertility. The government is also actively promoting alternatives like super seeders, which mix stubble into the soil to enrich its fertility while saving time and effort. Subsidies of up to 1,05,000 make this technology more accessible. Farmers in Gwalior Chambal are beginning to adopt these tools, which eliminate the need for burning while cutting costs. In Bhopal, with camera person Rizwan Khan and Anurag Dwari for NDTV.
Time for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Welcome back. Amid an escalation in violence in Manipur, there was an important security review meeting on Friday, and in fact, a new strategy is being worked out to control violence there. New SOPs for security forces, more deployment of central forces are also part of this strategy. The centre recently announced that 50 fresh companies of CAPF would be deployed in Manipur.
Security review meeting, and in this security review meeting we reviewed the security of all the districts and Imphal city. We discussed the issues threadbare with all the districts along with DCs and SPs, and we noted points of their concern which we will be addressing. We are distributing forces to protect the life and properties of the citizens and vulnerable areas and vulnerable points. All these will be covered within a few days.
This review meeting which took place this evening is very crucial given the fact that this comes after last week's violence that had escalated. There were deaths, there were shootout between militants and security forces, and today the security advisor to Manipur, Mr. Kuldeep Singh, who is a former DG of CRPF, he chairs the unified command which has the state forces, the state police, the central forces, the central paramilitary forces, as well as the army, the Assam Rifles. So the unified command today reviewed the security arrangement, and a new SOP has been formulated, which includes the area domination exercise, the operation, as well as the joint operation. Now they have decided that in every district there will be a coordination cell that will coordinate between all the security forces operating in that area. There will be joint control rooms. So in joint control rooms you will have people from the Manipur police, the paramilitary forces, as well as army. As well, Centre has decided to send another 90 companies of security forces to Manipur. That would make the presence of at least 288 companies of central forces in Manipur, and in fact the forces are coming in. So those forces will be used for area domination. The priority at this moment is to make sure that there is no further loss of life and properties of common people, of citizens.
Now, a crucial DMK MPS meeting took place ahead of the Parliament session, the upcoming Parliament session. In fact, to discuss the strategy in that particular session, DMK MPs, they are set to target the ruling NDA government. They are also going to raise their voice against BJP's what they call betrayal and also protest against the Waqf bill. In fact, MK Stalin told his MPs to roar for the rights of Tamil Nadu. The DMK MPs in the meanwhile say that the centre ignored Tamil Nadu for mega projects.
The revenue share due to the state from the centre has not yet been issued to the Tamil Nadu. It's being victimized continuously. And we have asked for more. Actually, it is as per the earlier finance commission, it's 41%. Now we are seeking for 50%. But even earlier, we have not been taken care of. And all the projects which we have proposed and we are implementing, they don't extend what the union government has to give. So all these things we have to emphasize in the interest of the state.
So crisply, what all will you raise in the parliament, sir?
This is major. This is a major issue we want to raise. When the state government is intending to implement some schemes which are beneficial to the people of the state, the union government, which have to extend help, does not do that.
The Justin Trudeau-led Canadian government denied a report linking top Indian leaders to criminal activities in Canada, saying it is speculative and inaccurate. In a statement, days after a strong rebuttal from New Delhi, National Security and Intelligence Advisor to Justin Trudeau, he has said that it is not aware of any evidence of the claims made by a Canadian media house citing unnamed officials. India had rubbished Canada's claims and responded sharply to what it called ludicrous claims, with External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal calling the report a smear campaign.
About turn by Canada when it comes to that statement by the Canadian government saying that neither Prime Minister Modi, the National Security Advisor, or the Foreign Minister were in any way involved in the Nijjar case in Canada comes at a time when there have been allegations which have been raised in credible Canadian media of this alleged involvement. That would presumably have come as a result of leaks from the Canadian government. But by making this statement today, the Canadian government, or a part of the Canadian government, which did issue this clarity, has made an important sort of suggestion of what is true and what is not true, and has perhaps dispelled some of these reports, which were considered to be, at least in some quarters, as being credible reports, as in fact not being credible. The second key aspect of the Indo-Canada relationship has been a decision within a period of approximately 48 hours to do away with additional screening of passengers on flights between Canada and India. The big question which arises that is there any possibility of India and Canada talking a little bit more? Are there back channels at play right now? That's too early to say just yet, but it also is important to note that the latest effort by the Indian consulate in Toronto to hold consular camps, this time in a police facility for security in Ontario, that didn't go through. The police said that they couldn't ensure security there at all. So the relationship with India and Canada, fraught at the very least, but hopefully there might be, on the basis of these small examples I've raised, a chance that things might be progressing. Will it? Who knows? Vishnu Shom for NDTV.